What's going on, sports rehab experts? Today we're going to be going over our top 4 exercises to be doing for Achilles tendinopathy. So these are the core 4 exercises that we choose to use and we want the majority of our patients performing to make sure we're addressing strength, the strength component of dealing with Achilles tendinopathies at the highest level. Now, strength might not be the only quality that you need to focus on, but strength is the easiest starting point for the majority of people to overcome an Achilles tendinopathy, so long as you're performing it in a comfortable manner, relatively speaking, to your current pain levels. So the first of those 4 exercises that we feel is super important for anybody to be doing is called a soleus calf raise. This is a knee bent calf raise, where essentially you're sitting down into a mini squat and then performing the calf raise up and down. This knee bent calf raise is going to target the soleus much more than the gastroc, which is the one that the majority of people think about when performing a calf raise. So this muscle does not cross the knee joint, which is why we're targeting it at a higher degree here with the knee bent. It also takes the Achilles tendon through a little bit more of a closed chain ankle dorsiflexion stretch position that, again, we need to be comfortable. Many times Achilles tendinopathy issues do not have strength in that lengthened position, so we want to develop strength in that lengthened position gradually over time. Not too quickly, because then you could flare things up, but gradually over time. So this knee bent calf raise is super important. One quick technique standpoint is you don't want the knees just moving forward and backwards. Your body should be moving up and down as you perform this calf raise. Exercise number 2, this is more of your standard calf raise that many people think about, especially when we're talking about eccentrics. Now, eccentrics are important. That's where you go up with 2 and then control it down with 1. Depending on your pain level, that might be where you have to start off with. And you may have to start on flat ground because, again, that stretch position might not be comfortable for you. But eventually, we want to achieve a full calf raise up and down, nice, slow, and controlled through that stretched position. Now, again, depending on your symptoms, you might have to start anywhere across that spectrum of up with 2, down with 1, maybe starting on flat ground where you limit the stretch, but then eventually our goal is to be able to get to single leg down through a stretched position. The third exercise that we're going to be covering today is another soleus calf raise. This highlights the importance of the soleus. It makes up the thickest portion of your Achilles tendon, and many times it's more comfortable to work on than the gastroc. So it would behoove you to not really focus your efforts on strengthening the soleus. Again, soleus is the thickest part of your Achilles tendon, and oftentimes the most comfortable to start strengthening. So seated calf raise is very, very simple. You just need a heavier weight to be able to accomplish this. Set it on your knee, perform a calf raise. Again, this could be done on flat ground if that stretch position is uncomfortable. We could elevate the heel if it's uncomfortable to even get to flat ground on those really sensitive circumstances, or in many cases the post-op scenarios where they just had a surgery or were casted for a period of time and they're not allowed to go into a stretch position. But eventually we want to get to a higher degree of stretch. That's where you'll turn an incline, or you perform it on one of those machines at the gym where the toes are elevated and the heel can drop off the ledge. And then finally, the 4th exercise, we're going to add a little bit of dynamic motion into the Achilles. This is essentially a 3-way single leg squat where we're tapping a cone in either direction. You're thinking about bending the knee over top of the shoelaces, keeping the heel down, and the foot equally pressurized both inside and outside aspect of the foot, front foot to rear foot. So 3 points of contact, big toe, little toe, heel. Maintain equal pressure right in the center of all 3 of those points, and let the knee travel forward over top of the toe as you touch the cones in 3 different angles. This will strengthen the Achilles more or less in an isometric fashion in the closed chain with your foot on the ground, but because you're going up and down, it adds a little bit of dynamic motion to the Achilles to go in and out of that stretch position. This is the first and very basic way of training the Achilles tendon to contract in a more dynamic fashion. Now that's where this video is going to stop. There is higher level things that if you're trying to get back to playing basketball, running, jogging, jumping, things of that nature, the Achilles tendon needs to develop the ability to contract at a higher rate and a higher force development. That happens through gradual exposure, through exercises. There's other forms of plyometrics that you could be doing. There's a very systematic way you could approach getting back into running and jogging and jumping. These are things that need to be monitored by someone who understands the rehab process. You could give it a shot on your own, but understand there's probably going to be a lot more ebbs and flows to that. Irregardless, even if you are working with a rehab clinician, expect there to be some ebbs and flows to how your symptoms feel. It's not going to be a perfect trajectory of better and better symptoms all the time. There's going to be some ebbs and flows, especially as you add a new higher level exercise back into the rehab equation. Expect some fluctuation of your symptoms, but they should be within reason. If you're dealing with an Achilles tendinopathy, you want to get back to more a dynamic, active lifestyle, then we have a couple ways of helping you out beyond the scope of what this video is intended to do, which is show you the strengthening component of the Achilles tendinopathy, how we approach strength training. Now, if you'd like some sets and reps in the exact program that we like to follow, we have a do-it-yourself program that allows you to follow along with the exercise that we commonly prescribe for people dealing with Achilles tendinopathy who are trying to get back to higher level activities such as running, jumping, and playing sports. If you'd like access to that document, then you can email me, greg@sportsrehabexpert.com. This is the cheapest option for us to work together. If you'd like a little bit more one-on-one direct attention and the ability to ask questions real time to troubleshoot your problems that you're currently going through, we can also set up an online Zoom consultation. It's a little bit more expensive, but again, you get a lot more quality one-on-one attention to the specific problems that you are currently dealing with, in addition to that strength and conditioning program. Zoom online consultation working together, then also email me, greg@sportsrehabexpert.com, and just tell me a little bit about what you're going through, which option you prefer, the do-it-yourself program or that online consultation, and we can set up a time moving forward from there to help you overcome this Achilles tendinopathy and get back to doing what it is that you enjoy doing. Hope you found this video helpful. Type in the comments below videos that you'd like to see in the future. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, share this channel with a friend, and we'll be back soon with another video coming at you.